All right, everyone ready for some rolling action, or some trigger point action, I should say. So you need a ball, or if you have, oops, I'll go deal with that. Thank you. Sorry about that. You guys got knocked over by a dog. So you need a ball or a Theracane or a can of vegetables or a bone or something stiff. You can use corners of things as well. So you can use like a corner of an end table. That kind of stuff is really super helpful to be able to dig into spots on your body that are trigger points. And trigger points we want to think about as just like knots. We've just built up a lot of tension and we're just going to try and push that knot out of our body. So we're going to start with our feet. Your choice, whatever sort of ball you would like. I've got a baseball here. I'm going to grab a baseball and I'm going to stand up because I find that that's a nice way of doing this. I'm going to put the ball on the in the arch of my foot between my big toe and my heel, and I'm just going to roll back and forth between that big toe and heel, maybe like 1, 2, 3 big presses, and along those presses as I rolled that ball or whatever it was that was underneath me, I found one spot that was like, okay, that's a little more tight than the others. I want you to put the ball or whatever you have on that one spot, and I want you to take a big inhale and then exhale and push, putting more weight into that foot. Inhale, take your weight off. Exhale, push, putting more weight into that one spot. What we're trying to do is get your muscle to relax out. Every time we push a little harder, let go, and then push again. Every time we let go, we're causing some of those muscle filaments to relax out, and we just want to get it to start relaxing a little bit at a time here. Last one on this foot, let go, and then push right back into it. And then come on up, switch the ball to your other foot. So we just roll again on that big toe side, so along that big tendon that goes from our big toe to our heel. We're rolling around that for like 1, 2, 3, 4, and along there somewhere you felt one spot that was a little more tight than the others. That's the spot you want the ball to be in. And here we go again. Inhale and exhale. Push into that ball. Really trying to put as much weight into that as you possibly can. Inhale, let go a little bit, and then exhale, push right back in. And when we're letting go, we're just kind of unweighting the foot a little bit. Come back up, unweight that foot, keep the ball in that same spot, press, pushing right back in. Last one, come right back up, and then push, really digging into that foot. And then come on up. Nice. So we're going to go from here, we're going to go on to our calves, okay? And the calves, no matter what you've got, you're just going to take that ball or whatever, going from your ankle, rolling up your leg towards your knee, and then right back down, rolling it back down towards the ankle. And then you can move the ball or your foot over a little bit so you roll sort of along the back in a different area. And you're just trying to scan all along the back of your calf for different points that might have the biggest knot or that biggest point of tension in it. So we've kind of done a pass along the middle of our calf. We've done a pass on the outline, the outer edge line, and then the inner edge line. And between all of those, you might have found a spot that was like, hurt. If you didn't, what you're going to want to do is the meaty part of your calf, or the biggest part of your calf, right below that, right where it intersects, kind of tapering down into your leg, is the top of your Achilles tendon. You can put the ball right there on the top of that Achilles tendon. That's just generally a good spot of tension, or point of tension for most people. I like crossing my other foot over the top to create some more pressure. You don't have to, but we're going to take a nice big inhale and then push. And I'm really trying to push all my weight into whatever item is in my calf here. Trying to push heavily down. Inhale, release a little bit, and then press right back in. And you're trying to be as relaxed in your calf as you possibly can. So it's really hard to try and push the ball or whatever through a tight, tense muscle. So try and just think about being very relaxed. Inhale, release. Exhale, push right back into that. We're going through some typical points of tension that people have in calves and then throughout their body. As you roll whatever you've got rolling through there and you find other spots, be mindful of them and give them that same amount of tension. Release that one, and off to our other calf we go. So other leg down, straight out in front of you, rolling from your ankle up, again the middle of your calf, all the way up behind your knee, and then coming right back down, and then sort of along the inside, along that big toe area, rolling that ball up, and then right back, and then along the pinky toe area, making that nice long pass up that entire chain of muscles. And again, wherever you felt your tight spot is where you want to place that ball. I'm going in for that middle spot again where my Achilles attaches in. We're going to sit here. I like crossing my other foot over, whatever I need to do to put more pressure into the ball. And inhale, exhale, press. Pushing heavily into this spot. Inhale, release. Exhale, re-push right back into it. And again, try and keep that calf muscle as relaxed as possible. As you push more weight into it, relax and press right back in. Last one, release, and then push, 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 push. Now, in theory, when you've gotten to this fourth kind of releasing or pushing through of your trigger point, it doesn't feel as bad as the first time you did it. And now, that doesn't mean that it's completely gone, but it does mean that it doesn't feel as bad. Release. And that's what's happening. We're just trying to release some of those knots, some of that tension, so that it kind of goes away. So from the back of our calf, we're going to flip and go to the front of our leg here. And we want to take the ball, whatever you've got, and we're going to do a pass going from above your kneecap to right at the top of your thigh. So we're just rolling kneecap to thigh. We're going to do this in a zigzag pattern. So you're just going to kind of roll it across, 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 across. We're going to do one pass going from your kneecap up to your thigh, then from your thigh back down to the kneecap, and then one more pass back up to the thigh. Okay, so face down. And if I am on like a water bottle or something like that, I'm going to put that there and I'm going to roll my body. I'm going to move my body and I'm going to roll the ball down a little bit and then move my body side to side. Whereas the ball rolls, the water bottles and things like that don't. Okay, so right above your knee. And then I just take my leg and I move it side to side, allowing that ball or whatever to cross over the top of my leg. So we're kind of we're going across all of our quadricep muscles. So there's 4 of them there. And if you feel thump, 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 those are your muscles. You're just going through all 4 of them, thump, 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 thumping across your body. And the pass goes to the top of the thigh. And then begin to work that ball or whatever back down towards your knee. Making that crisscross as you move. Getting to right above the knee, but not rolling the knee itself. One more pass. Really be mindful here as we do this next pass on how does this feel and which spot on your thigh has the most tight spots. Okay, so I've made that pass all the way back up. I want to pick the spot that has the most tension for me. For me in particular, it's right above my knee, kind of in the middle of my thigh. Find the spot that works for you or that had the most tension in it. And we're going to lay face down. And as we want to put more weight into this, you're just allowing more of your body to sink into it. Okay, so inhale. And then exhale. Press into the ball. Now you choose how much you're pushing into this, right? Inhale, come up. Exhale, press right back in. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, push right into it. Really sink into it. Last one. Inhale, unweight, coming up. Exhale, re-push. And inhale, come up. All right. Good news, we've got 2 legs, so we got to make this other leg go through what this leg just went through. Yay! So starting with the ball or whatever right above your knee, we're going to lock in, lay face down, and now cross that ball from side to side and begin to move yourself down. If you're on a big long tube foam roller, same thing. You're just moving the foam roller up your thigh and you're moving your leg across that foam roller. So that we're going all the way across the top of that thigh. Once you've gone to the top of the thigh, we start to work back down towards the knee. One more pass across the top of the thigh. Being mindful this pass of the spot that has the most amount of tension into it. There might be multiple places, but which one out of the whole thigh causes you to be like, God damn it, I don't like that. That one's the worst. All right. You've made it there. This side might be different. You know, this side for me was right here. It might be up over here. It might be out to my other side. Just find whatever spot on this leg felt the most tight. Put the ball or whatever you've got in that one particular spot and lay down. And here we go. Inhale and press into it. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, push right back in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right back in. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pushing right back in. And come on up. Okay, so top of the legs. Now we're going to go out to our side. So same idea here. We're going to go from the knee to the top of the thigh. We don't want to roll into the glute yet because we'll catch that in a second. But we're going to do that same sort of zigzag, bringing the ball from the knee up to the top of the thigh, and then we're going to zigzag it back down. And along the way, we'll find the spot that has the most tension on it. If you're on a foam roller, you're again moving it and then tilting your body from side to side on that foam roller. If you've got a Theracane, you're taking the Theracane and driving it across your body, across the side there. All right, so starting with the ball just above your knee and working it from side to side. And as you work from one side to the other, you move the ball up your body towards your thigh. Just being super mindful. About points of tension along the way. Begin to work the ball once you get it to the top of your thigh. Back down towards the knee. Nice, and then take a break. Finding the spot on the side of your body that has the most amount of tension. We're going to take that ball or whatever and stick it into that spot and go through that breathing pattern again. For me and for most people, it's typically about midway point of the thigh, right on that IT band area. That's usually a good spot of tension. So if you didn't have anywhere that felt like super tight, that's a great spot to just put it in. Be very mindful of how much weight you put into this because you can sink a lot of weight in. And inhale, exhale, relax all of your body and push into that ball. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, press. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale. It doesn't feel good. It does hurt. I would like to reiterate that probably no one is comfortable and happy here. And let go. Let the airplane pass overhead as we roll into our other side. So we got to do our other side. We again start with the ball just above the knee, working it up the thigh, across our body. So side to side. And then work the ball back down towards the knee. And come on up. Finding the spot that had the most tension for you on this side. Again, it could be different just because every side of our body is a little bit different. We're going to set the ball in that spot or whatever you're on. And again, be careful about how much weight you can put on this one because this is pretty easy to put a lot of pressure in here. And here we go. Inhale, exhale, press into that ball. Inhale, come up. Exhale, push. Again, try and relax your muscles around that spot of tension. Just allow. Inhale to come up. Exhale to come down. Allow whatever you're draping your muscle around to relax underneath you and allow that tension to sink away. Last one on this one. Inhale to come up. Exhale down. Inhale to come up and come off of your rolling or your trigger point thing. Okay, so we did top, we did the sides. Now we're going to go into that hip flexor, and the hip flexor is a super short region. It's this meaty spot between the top of our hip and the top of our thigh. So maybe 2-3 inches right here. And we're going to take the ball and we're just going to kind of go across. It's not going to take many passes for you to figure out which is the spot that has the most tension right here in the hip flexor, okay? So we go face down. You're really just kind of kicking out one side to the other. I kind of go from a face down position to turning towards my side. And here we go, just kind of rolling it across. And, you know, moving it, I like going from the top of my hip, working down. Again, that whole region of hip flexor area is maybe 2 or 3 inches, so it doesn't take very long to find the spot that is like, oh, that's it right there. That's what hurts the most. Once you're into that spot, here we go. Inhale and exhale. Push more weight into it. Inhale to come up. Exhale. Repress into it. Inhale to come up. Exhale. Push more weight into it. Inhale to come up. Last one here. Exhale. Press into it. Two and one. Nice. Just moving right over to your other hip flexor. Just going face down and just starting off with that side to side. Letting that ball or whatever you've got underneath you crossing one side to the other. Again, usually doesn't take long to find the spot that hurts the most. And get right into it. And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale on weight. Exhale, pushing right back in. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pressing right back in. Really try and relax. Inhale to come up, last one. Exhale, pressing down. Inhale to come up. Nice. Okay, so top of thigh, side. Now let's go booties. So we're going to go into the outer booty. This is another one that doesn't take many passes to figure out where you're tight. You're just going to roll along your outer glute here. So we're just kind of going to do a couple of passes. You, in theory, would probably find your spot of tension pretty quick. I like starting at the top of my glute and working my way down. And again, not a big range of rolling here because this is short little area. Shouldn't take you long. Once you find it, settle in. And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Push into it. Inhale, come off. Exhale, repress. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, press into it. Last one on this one. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pushing right into it. Inhale, come off. Roll onto your other side. And again, just start rolling that ball across your glute. Shouldn't take long to find the spot that has the most amount of tension. And then settle in. And inhale. Exhale, press right into it. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pushing right into it. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pushing in. Inhale, last one. Exhale, push right in. And come on up. Okay, so right into your armpit here. So the back of my armpit, top of my shoulder. This area is where I'm going to put the ball or whatever I've got into. If I've got this Theracane, I'm just going to kind of move this from top to bottom. Again, this is another one of those spots that you'll typically feel it right away. Keep your arm raised up and kind of bent at a 90-degree angle, and then lay down and put that right into that armpit, right at that joint. And you can roll your body to put more weight into it. You've probably made a couple of passes and you probably already feel a spot. And we're going to get right into it. Inhale, exhale, press right into this. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, repress. Inhale, come up. Exhale, repress. Inhale to come up. Last one here. Exhale. Come off of that. Onto your other side. So bend the elbow 90 degree. Put this right in the back of your armpit. Do a couple of passes up and down. I'm sure by now you have found the spot. Get some weight into it. Inhale to come up. Exhale to push weight into it. And you can stay flat on your back when you push into this. If rolling onto your side pushes too much weight into it, that's totally okay. Inhale to come up. Exhale right back in. Inhale to come up. Exhaling right back in. Last one. Inhale to come up. Exhale down. Inhale off. Woof, okay. We only have one more spot, guys, and it's through our shoulders. So top of your shoulder to the bottom of the shoulder blade, in between our shoulder blades and our spine. Pick the ball, put it on one side, starting at the top of your shoulder. And then you're just going to do one roll. You're going to do one pass from the top of that shoulder, rolling all the way down, moving the ball along that shoulder blade next to your spine. And this is one that can come up with a lot of spots of tension. You just have to find the one that feels the worst. So working your way back into the spot that felt the worst for you, you can take your hand and bring it across your body, hugging to your other shoulder. Inhale to come up, exhale down. Inhale, come up. Exhale. exhaling right back onto it. Inhale to come up. Exhaling right back down. Last one on this side. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale it. Lower it all the way down. Push into this. Filling your lungs will add extra pressure into that ball, so try and take really big, deep breaths. Allow your muscles that are in between your ribs to expand and open up because those two have knots in them. Exhale, come off. And other side, other side. This is it. Last little bit. Top of that shoulder. Making that one pass from the top of the shoulder down along the spine towards the bottom of the shoulder. And again, finding the one spot in there that felt the worst and working the ball back to that one spot. You can bring your hand across your chest if you'd like. Inhale and exhale. Press right into it. Inhale to come up. Exhale, press right back in. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pressing right back into it. Last one, you guys. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, big press into this. Two, one, come up. You guys are done. Nice job, everyone. Drink a lot of water today. Hydrate and replenish. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow for full body rolling.